Oh my god, I forgot to set up YouTube Studio again. I can't believe I keep doing this. I'm so tired today. I'm sorry. Um, Medication symptom. Ah, who threw that? I know who threw that. Medication symptoms are real. And I am still adapting. So I'm very tired. So we are going to take it easy today. There we go. There we go. Here I am. Here I am. Here you are. Here we all are. Doing our thing. Vibing. Taking it easy. I can adjust this a little bit. There we go. There we go. How are we? Yeah, you do a lot of lifting stuff. So you take it easy. You take it easy. I'm taking it easy. You take it easy. We can all take it easy together. Because we're all tired. I need to write some things down. Because I'm trying to keep track of my moods and medication symptoms. So that when I go back to the doctor in December, I can be like, here is a record of how this has affected me. Because my memory is really bad and I'm not going to be able to remember everything. So let's get some tunes. So I ordered a little journal to put it in. I ordered a little journal to put it in, and then when that gets here, I need to put everything in it. Oop, I need to unmute Spotify. There we go. I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. That should be good. And baby dun dun, you may meet the grid man. I'm sorry that we're not doing karaoke today as promised initially, but I've talked over the week about why the schedule changes are what they are. So we're just taking it easy today. We're taking it easy today with a nice little art stream. And we are still fundraising for Gamers Outreach, and this art stream is going to be my entry for their art contest. And the winning entries will be made into stickers that are going to get put on some of the go-karts, which is the thing that we're fundraising for. So we're gonna draw a little monster that might end up on some of these carts that are gonna be in hospitals to help kids. We are about halfway through the month now. About halfway through the month. We have raised $210, which is amazing. If we raise 300, if we raise $90 more, everyone who donates will get a special thank you note with new art. If we raise to 500, y'all will get to pick a special encore song when I do my karaoke stream, which may end up toward the end of the month or the beginning of next month. And there are a couple other things, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Hey, Comic, how you doing? What's going on? So on Twitter, they requested a happy little tree. I think making a Bob Ross joke, which I love. I love Bob Ross. But if it is a happy little tree they want, it is a happy little tree they will receive. So, tree monster, spooky tree. So we'll start with like a cylinder. And he's gonna be a little spooky, but he's mostly just gonna be nice and cute. He's gonna be a nice, cute monster. Which, once we get the sketch done, I'll adjust the proportions so that it's not as small. For the refining. Gridman. Get kind of like a very root-ish foot. Jaw pain. Ooh. I hope that clears up quickly, 'cause that is rough. How do I draw something walking? I have a headache. And I'm a little bit nauseous, so I've been eating kind of light today. I had an apple and popcorn when I got up. And then I had some rice and a little pouch of tuna fish. Oof, yeah, but if it does not get better, please see someone. You know? So can we make it like kind of a cyclops tree monster? We'll have like a little like wood knot, and that's got like an eyeball in it. Weird tongue. And then maybe kind of like have the branches split. Fantasy. Jurenja, Jurenja. So we got him kind of like going like this. No, comic. I have been actively trying to take better care of my health lately. I'm seeing a mental health professional. I am officially on antidepressants. I'm officially on antidepressants. I've taken them twice. I'm 2 days in. I've gotten blood work done regarding my legs, but I've not heard anything back, which, you know, no news is good news. So hopefully my legs are not completely fucked up. I need to not swear. I'm so used to swearing around you guys because you think it's funny. Also, hi Coyote. I saw you there. I always see you, Coyote. You know that. But I'm so used to swearing around you guys because y'all think it's funny. And, I want to make y'all laugh. I want you to find me funny so you come hang out and donate to charity. Exactly. And then I'll get you in trouble with your teachers and your dad or whatever. I don't know. I don't know who that would get you in trouble with. Aren't y'all adults? Ah, whoa, 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 whoa. We'll give him silly root feet. Look at this silly little guy! I love him. We'll give him like some like cute pumpkin lanterns hanging from him. I can't swear right now because I'm raising money for charity. I'm raising money for charity, and they would prefer I don't swear. So we're not swearing until November. Once November comes, we can swear all we want. Yeah, no swearity for charity. That's how it is right now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Should we give him like arms? Should we give him like arms of some kind? You can kind of like put the other part of his leg down there. Like we can have some like Gosei Sentai, Gosei Sentai, Dairenja. Oh, I know comic, but I made SD Devil Gundam, and he came out really good. He came out like real good. Maybe one day, 1/44th scale Gundam Sandrock will show up at my house, and we can do Sonorock custom. But that'll be after October, because we've still got 2 other kits that we are gonna customize starting Wednesday. And I'm a little terrified because I do not know if we're going to be able to get through both of them. But if we can't, they will get done eventually. If we don't make it to the end of them, they will get done eventually. They're in my house. I would love more SD Gundams in Build Fighters. Like in the Build Fighters universe. And if I have to be the person to make that happen, then so be it. And here's my cat, walking in front of my camera, as per usual. Go sit in the window. The window's open because it's warm today. Go sit over there. No, he's gonna be a pain in the butt. Because that is... Okay, now he's leaving. That is the universal having a cat experience. Is they will just come in, be in the most inconvenient place, and then leave. I kind of don't want to give him arms. Can we just give him, like, more branches? I kind of just like him being this weird tree. Yeah, I would love like he'd be like the final boss of like a haunted house. Like traps you in this haunted house, and then you gotta like fight him, and you gotta like track him by like the glow in the dark paint. Hmm. I feel like we're getting somewhere with this guy, but not somewhere enough. Dairanger. 俺たち無敵さ大レンジャー we can give him like a couple little like toilet paper branches. But we're just being mellow, a little mellow today. Cause them early medication symptoms, they're real. Drink a little more tea. Hmm. What are some other... We can have maybe like a spider web. Going between a couple branches. Hmm. Oh, yeah! Put, like, a raven, like, up here. Like, on this one. Give him, like, kind of, like, a little body. A little head. Maybe we'll put another one over here, too. Get two little guys. Yeah, maybe this one's not squawking. Maybe this one's just like... And we'll get like a little spider. Couple little spidery guys. What are some other... Give him kind of like a bigger... An actual, like, candy bucket. Then maybe the little lanterns shouldn't be pumpkins. Maybe the lanterns shouldn't be pumpkins, then. What could those be? Maybe I'll stick with the little pumpkin lanterns. Just... Get like another little one up here. Maybe another little, like, spider web here. Okay, let's try cleaning him up a little bit. No fear, no pain. me. Oh my god, can you not... This lad... Oh my god, he's hitting my buttons. He's hitting my buttons. Moving me around unintentionally. Go sit in the window. Go sit over there. Yeah, window. It's open. Isn't that amazing? Okay, bye. I don't know what's going on with my cat. I'm sorry. My cat is being a big, noisy pain in the butt today. What can we... What fun tokusatsu hot takes can we have today? What fun hot takes can we have today? What are you guys interested in hearing about? I was talking yesterday about yesterday I was on Maru's Animal Crossing charity stream, also for Gamers Outreach. We are fundraising as Gatai the Live. There we go. That looks kind of like an arm. Looks kind of like a big branch arm. But we are fundraising all of Gatai the Live. I'm the only one doing like every day of the month because I make decisions where everyone else is like realistic about what they can handle. And I'm just like, nah, this is fine. This is fine. I'll overstretch myself. It's for charity. It's for the kids. But I was on Maru's Animal Crossing stream for a little bit, giving her a little tour of my island. And we were talking about Takahashi Yuya and Gen Urobuchi, and how I think Gen Urobuchi is a bad writer. Which is, I guess, my hottest take. My hottest take is that he's not a good writer. He's got good ideas. He's got good ideas. He's not good at the moment-to-moment, episode-to-episode writing of a narrative. And, I was talking about that a little bit. I was talking a bit about that. What else? I was talking about Takahashi Yuya and how Takahashi Yuya uses the star system. And I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by his use of the star system. Urobuchi has... See, the thing is, I've never seen the end of anything he's done because I don't like his writing enough to get that far. But since you, Mar, any TED Talk type thoughts about why metal heroes didn't thrive? Okay, I know very little about historical metal hero, historical 80s metal hero. That is Maru's wheelhouse, and I am sure that she could provide some thoughts. But I can provide thoughts on why the revival of Metal Hero the attempts to revive Metal Hero that started in the 2010s, I do have hot takes on why that didn't work. And that is almost entirely because they wanted to connect it directly to Super Sentai. It started, they made the first New Gavin, and they promoted it with a really bad 2 episodes of Go Busters. They made 2 episodes of Go Busters that were just not good. They were just not good episodes. And because of that, the kid who played New Gavin in 2011, 2012, whenever Go Busters was, he was not a good actor then. Or if he was not being directed well, because he did not do good as Gavin then. But if you look at him in the modern Space Squad movies, he is so much better than he was. But they tied those to, one, Deca 10. Essentially, a sequel to Deca 10 was made that was Deca Ranger versus Space Squad, and its accompanying special, Girls in Trouble. Girls in Trouble is absolute shit. I need to not swear. I need to think of this like I'm on my podcast, and I need to be, like, clean about this. Girls in Trouble was garbage. It was hot garbage, and it is so bad. I cannot express to you how uncomfortable I was watching that movie, because the first 10 minutes of that movie are Koichi Sakamoto filming women dying repeatedly. And if you know anything about Koichi Sakamoto, he cannot point a camera at a woman without it feeling sexual. So it's this really, like, sexualized camera for like 10 minutes of these women in like a time loop of dying, and it's horrible, and I hate it. And then Deca Ranger vs. Space Squad is fine, but it's not interesting, and is entirely banking off how popular Deca Ranger 10 years after was. Like, that's the entire point. Is everyone was really excited about Deca Ranger 10 years after, so once again they tie this Metal Hero revival to this other franchise. And the only thing you care about is Deca Ranger, so you don't care about the Space Squad stuff. And then they made Q Ranger vs. Space Squad, which is actually a really good movie. That is a genuinely really good movie that I do not remember the Space Squad parts of. I remember the Q Ranger stuff because it's all about Hammy and Melee from Geki Ranger, like, bonding over, you know, the ways they view the world. And you know, it's essentially the plot of Captain America Civil War, except it's Q Ranger. And was a better movie, I guess. I didn't see Civil War, so I don't know, but I'm assuming. But I don't even remember. I know they're in it. I know that Date Oz and New Gavin are in that movie. I do not remember them being in any scenes. So all of the Metal Hero revival attempts have been completely tied to Super Sentai, and the only thing that's notable about them are, you know, the Super Sentai stuff. So you end up not... And, you know, like, kids do not know Metal Hero, so they're not retaining any of this, frankly, really dull modern Metal Hero. And I think they should just bite the bullet and either make just a complete on its own Metal Hero movie, or do a TV show. Do a full Metal Hero TV show and just put it out there and advertise it the same way they do Rider and Sentai and see what happens. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I don't think that the way they're going about it now is going to do anything to revive Metal Hero. Because they're going about it really, really poorly. Abare, makure, get up. Abare, tsunde. I didn't see the Kikaider reboot movie. They keep making just references to Kikaider, and, you know, they had that Kikaider reboot movie, and they tied it into Gaim in what I recall being a really nonsensical way. And, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work if they keep doing it the way they're doing it. I think they could make a Metal Hero revival happen, but I don't think they can do it with the way that they've been making that happen. Abare shoni susukare. But I'm not sure historically why Metal Hero... It's weird because Metal Hero kind of fills a gap. It fills the gap between Showa Kamen Rider and Heisei Kamen Rider. And I would have to really examine it more, but it kind of feels like they just kind of let it go when they chose to go back to Kamen Rider with Kuga. Like, maybe if Kuga had not been as successful as it was, Metal Hero would have continued. But because Kuga and then Agito were so successful, they just threw their whole hat in the ring with Heisei era Kamen Rider. But I would have to look more at, you know, specific dates and productions to see if that's really the case. That's just me kind of, like, thinking off the cuff about the fact that I know Metal Hero does occupy that gap. And if the other end of that gap coming into existence may have been involved. But it's hard to say because it's not a thing that I've outright researched at all. But I do think it would be an interesting thing to research. I think it would be a very interesting thing to take a look at. Get up. Abare shoni. Okay, yeah, because I don't... Thoughts on Cutie Honey. I love Cutie Honey. I love Cutie Honey in general. Cutie Honey the Live is my favorite Cutie Honey and also the strangest one. It's the weirdest one. It's just fucking weird. It is Toshiki Inoue writing Cutie Honey fanfiction and including his Cutie Honey OCs, and I love that about it. I genuinely love that about Cutie Honey the Live. I've seen most Cutie Honey adaptations, but I have not watched the original anime, which I need to do one of these days. I have not seen Ano's Cutie Honey movie, which I want to do. I want to see that, but Inoue's live action Cutie Honey is my favorite. Ano's live action Cutie Honey I still need to take a look at, but I'll get there one of these days. I love Cutie Honey. It is very unashamedly what it is because it's Go Nagai. But I think there is also a level on which the fact that Cutie Honey knows what it is and allows itself to be that, while also kind of being this prototypical magical girl series. Because, the Cutie Honey predates the modern magical girl, which is very much a Sentai, which is very much Naoko Takeuchi looking at Super Sentai and being like, what if girls, though? And Cutie Honey predates that, but Cutie Honey has a very Kamen Rider vibe, which isn't surprising, because I know that they all kind of, like Go Nagai and Ishinomori and Tezuka and all that, they all, the circles were much smaller then, so all of these things kind of overlapped, and were all influences on each other. But, like, Cutie Honey is just a very weird thing that allows itself to be really weird and, like, lewd, and I don't know. I like that Cutie Honey is allowed to just be that, because it is male-gazy, but it also isn't. It's a weird thing in which it feels, oh my god, it is Maru! Maru is here! Hello, Checksums! Hello, Captain! Hello, everyone! We were just talking about Cutie Honey. But we were talking about Metal Hero a couple minutes ago. But hello, I am Sono Mikana. I am a former villain, helping my heroes fight my former co-workers, and in between doing that, I stream art and games and model kits. We are today drawing a little tree monster to enter into the Gamers Outreach art contest, to maybe get this little dude made into a sticker that'll be on some of the go-karts that we're raising money for. So we're just making a funny little guy. Yeah, no, we were talking about Metal Heroes and why Metal Hero, Comic had asked why I thought Metal Hero didn't take off the way that Rider and Sentai did. And my response was that historically, I don't know, because I don't historically know a lot about Metal Hero. And I figured you, Maru, would probably know about that. But I was talking a bit about why the attempted Metal Hero revival that has been going on since about Go Busters keeps being attempted and failing, and that I think they just need to make a modern Metal Hero series and stop trying to tie it to Super Sentai. And either it will work or it won't, but they need to just make one and, advertise it and market it as though it were Sentai or Kamen Rider. And I think that would, it would either work or it wouldn't. Yeah, and I mean, that is a lot, and I was wondering if perhaps it did, because, you know, Rider ceased for a handful of years. And I was kind of wondering if maybe their attempts at reviving Kamen Rider caused them to just let go of Metal Hero. Like the success of Kuga and Agito leading to the revival of Kamen Rider in the Heisei period. Okay, so it was just done by that. It was already done before that. They had already stopped. Okay. Because again, I have never researched this. So I do not know anything. That was a complete guess. That makes sense. And they just kind of, for a little while, let it go. Because I know Kuga was not meant to revive Kamen Rider. It was meant to be kind of the last hurrah. Like, they were just gonna do a big send-off. They were just gonna do a big send-off for Kamen Rider with Kuga, and then Joe Odagiri was just so dang hot and charming that Kuga was massively successful, and here we are. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That does make a lot of sense. At the time, it was probably, yeah, Dragon Ball, Slam Dunk, Kenshin, um, and, you know, Sailor Moon also happened in the same, as Sailor Moon, Ray Earth, um, were all happening in the same era. So, you know, you had that arena for girls, even though, you know, Sentai was the blueprint for Sailor Moon. Naoko Takeuchi, like I said, Naoko Takeuchi looked at Sentai and went, but what if girls, though? And thus Sailor Moon happened. Yeah. Ava, Bebop. Yeah, no, like, that makes sense. Again, I am not highly educated in historical periods of Toku, which is why I was like, Maru probably knows all of this. I am going to talk about the failed Metal Hero revival, and when Maru gets here, Maru can give us all of the hot details on why Metal Hero historically didn't last. Maru did write that historic Metal Hero article, because Maru is very smart and talented. Because Maru is smart and talented and powerful. And, like, you were saying yesterday that, like, I think subs can do links. I think subscribers can do links. But, like, you were saying yesterday, and I was incredibly flattered by this, if my reaction wasn't enough to explain that. You were saying that, like, I'm one of the more knowledgeable people you know about, like, writers and, like, tokusatsu writers, but you are definitely one of the most knowledgeable people I know about, like, historical tokusatsu. And I'm fascinated and enthralled every time you choose to grace me with that knowledge. Because I love to learn about this stuff, and I just do not know, I do not know how or where to acquire that knowledge. See, but I also don't think that I'm that knowledgeable. Like, I don't know, we have very different pools of information. And I think that you are very knowledgeable in that area, just like I am more knowledgeable than I believe myself to be when it comes to writers. Just because that's a thing that has been fascinating me for years, so I've kind of looked at who were the writers and who were the directors and who were the producers, and like who was involved in a show that made it the way it was. Because I've always been creating stories, doing this and this and that. Um, and from an analysis perspective, I'm kind of fascinated by how it all comes together. Uh, article on Metal Heroes, what made it unique? Yes, I want to read that. I want to read that. I think everyone should read that. But I definitely think that would be a fun thing to revisit and and do some stuff with. But yeah, I have a lot of opinions on why the current, also a thing that a thing that I do not think is helping their failing attempts to revive Metal Hero in the modern age is that there is no consistency with it. They made those three movies, only one of which I have heard is any good. Because again, the kid playing New Gavin either at the time was not as good of an actor as he needed to be, or was being directed very poorly. I am not sure which, because I don't know a lot about that actor. But they made those three movies, which then did not do very well, I believe, and kind of just dropped the attempt. And then many years later, when Q Ranger, when Deca 10 and Q Ranger come around, they make Deca Ranger versus Space Squad, along with Girls in Trouble, which is absolute garbage, and Q Ranger versus Space Squad, and those are two good movies, but they are a Deca Ranger movie and a Q Ranger movie, and the Metal Hero parts of them are again, like I said, I know that like New Gavin and Shader, whichever one was Date from O's, which I think is Shader. I know they're in that movie. I cannot tell you a single thing they did, a single scene they were in. I do not know. This is unknowable information. I say as someone who has watched both of those movies and likes both of those movies. And I really just think they need to commit. Scheider, okay. I can never remember if he was Sharavan or Scheider, but I'm always pretty sure it's Scheider. Um, but I think they just need to commit and make a TV show, and it either does well or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, then just give up. Or don't. Brute force it, Toei. But the wishy-washy way they keep going at it, I think, is really the problem. Because, they put them in Q Ranger versus Space Squad, and the big advertising draw of Q Ranger versus Space Squad had nothing to do with Metal Hero. It had to do with the fact that Melee, Escape, Bosco, and someone else, I don't remember who the fourth one is, were in that movie. Who was the fourth one? It was Melee was the big plot relevant one. Escape and Bosco. Who was the fourth one? Where's my poster for that movie? Because they're not on it. Oh, right. Juzo. Like, the entire advertising push for that movie was those 4 villain actors returning. That was the whole thing. Okay, you enjoy your pizza. And, like, you know, they advertised some of the Q Ranger stuff. Because, you know, Q Ranger, this was, like, just after Q Ranger was over. So Q Ranger, I think, like, had another movie. And then... I think it was the... I think Q Ranger had another movie, and then this movie. So, you know, like, people were still, like, kind of on about Q Ranger, and they're like, yeah, Q Ranger! And then, you know, oh my god, these really popular villains are back, and how are they back? Because they all died. And it's a good movie. It's genuinely a good movie. I highly recommend it, especially if you like Q Ranger and or Geki Ranger. The best bit in that movie is everyone being like, "Oh, this was my regret. This is why I was able to be brought back." And they turn to Melee and they're like, "What's your regret?" And she's like, I don't regret a dang thing. I lived my life serving my beautiful lion husband. I don't regret anything. And that's why you can't control me." Great movie. Highly recommend. But I don't remember any of the Metal Hero bits, so who knows what happened there. And I genuinely just think they need to commit to Metal Hero and not have anyone not be banking on another property to try and revive Metal Hero for them, because it's not gonna work. And that's thank you for coming to my TED Talk about potential modern Metal Hero revivals. Go fight Majirenja. What else can I ramble about for the next 2 hours? Revive B-Fighters with Kamen Rider, they're both armored bugmen. I mean, yes, but also these properties, I really think they gotta just go all in on Metal Hero. Yeah, oh my god, Maru, please rest. I would have you, like, hop on a call and go buck wild on this with me, but please, you have been working so hard. You have been doing so much. Please rest and take it easy now. I will just have you, like, hop on a call one day, though, and come vibe with me while I do stuff. You are more than welcome to do that at any time. Just impromptu Zatsudan. Yes. Come vibe with me. Let's vibe away. Which I somewhat know the tune to. Sentai Majirenja. Oh man, speaking of puppets, I don't know how I have reached this point. I hate the Inu brother puppet more than the CGI. And I think it's because, like, I've come to expect the bad Inu brother CGI. I'm prepared. It's still bad, and I still hate it, but I'm prepared for it, you know? Where anytime they switch to the puppet, they do it so infrequently, and it's always in an extreme close-up, so it's always so jarring that I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. Because it's also not a very functional puppet, so the movement is also always pretty bad. And just every time I'm like, no, put that away. Make that not be here. But man, Dawn Brothers is going a little wild. It's going a little bit wild, which I mean it's been doing. Dawn Brothers has always been wild. Oh no, they have a full body Inu brother puppet. They have a full body Inu brother puppet, and it's bad. I don't know how they puppet it. I don't know if there's like a big hole in its back that they can like, that is just a stick so they can like turn the head. Because it is mostly just the head movements. I don't think they puppet the legs sometimes. There have been a couple of shots that are like extreme close-ups on its horrible Sonic the Hedgehog feet being like puppeted in a walk that is awful. But I want to... What was I... What, I want to what? I don't know what I was about to say. I so truly hope that now that Toshiki Inoue has, like, broken the window, every other writer is gonna get to just go absolutely nuts with the next, like, 3 or 4 Sentai. I don't know, because, like, sometimes you can see, like, shoulders when they do stuff with the head. For the legs, they may have had individual legs on sticks. But I think for the stuff with the head, they do use at least, like, a torso-up puppet. Because you can sometimes, like, see shoulders and arms and stuff. They may have a separate head one. But based on the way the head moves, it does feel like it's attached to a body. I have a slim knowledge of puppetry that I'm basing this upon. Because the weight of the movement doesn't feel like it feels like the center of gravity is not quite the bottom of the head, which is where it would be if it was just on a stick. See, I am more versed in, string puppets, or, wire puppets, which is some Henson ones are wire puppets. But his movement feels very much like a wire puppet. Or at least what I know of them. See, most of my Henson knowledge is construction, not so much the puppeteering. Atsuki inochi, shift up higher, kichishi no. The legs, I would not be surprised if those were entirely limbs on sticks, but the head, I feel like they may have at least have a torso and arms on him, even if those don't move, just to keep the movement of the head a little more realistic. Chikyu no hate made mezase boukenja. Go, go, ready, go. Dasarete mo headlamp yamini. But either way, no matter how they are doing the Inu brother puppet, I kind of hate looking at it. And I think it is entirely because I am at least expecting the CGI, and anytime they go from the CGI to the puppet, it is so jarring that I just, like, I can't focus on the story. I can only focus on the fact that we have switched to the puppet and how jarring it is. And therefore, like, I am thinking about the awkward movement of the puppet compared to the awkward movement of the CGI, which are different. They are different awkward movements. So it's like, why? See, I find Kiji Brother less frustrating because we only see the CGI in wide shots, which is usually only 2 or 3 seconds, and then, like, every other shot during a fight, it is the physical suit. Like, it is a suit-acted suit because they're doing, like, waist-up shots of him. So we see so much less of CGI Kiji Brother that I'm just like, okay, it is to emphasize the fact that he's a leggy boy, and now we're only gonna show it when we need to remember that, and then move on. Where I just find Inu Brother so hard to watch. Because, like, the Kiji Brother CGI isn't better. There's just less of it to look at. And I think having less of it to look at just makes me think about it less. So I find Kiji Brother to be more bearable. I honestly, I genuinely thought that they're, like, upgrades. Like, when we saw Haruka get the the Robotaro, I think it is, upgrade, I thought that that was gonna be where we were gonna, like, okay, we're gonna see, like, maybe a second of Inu Brother, and then they're gonna give him a normal suit, but they just made him, like, an actual CGI robot dog, and I'm like, that's also fine, because that, I don't know, the unreality of that makes more sense to me than, because, you know, like, Inu Brother is supposed to physically be the same thing as like, Inu Brother and Kiji Brother both are physically supposed to be the same thing as Don Momotaro and Oni Sister and Saru Brother. And because we are looking at 2 CGI dudes and 3 actual physical tangible suits, it makes that harder to believe. Tsukami tore my way. And I think that's most of the problem with those CGI suits. Is just that, you know, it is impossible to believe that those CGI suits are the same tangible thing as the physical suits. But when it's, even with the robo-forms, because Kiji Brother and Inu Brother are an actual bird and dog, and not a human-shaped thing, it's easier to believe. It just makes more sense. Visually, the suspension of disbelief works better. Have a little tea. Let's see. Oh god, what time was I supposed to have D&D tonight? Hold on, I need to check this to see if that information is available to me. 6:30. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if I get there at 6:30. I love them, but I make no promises because I stream from 3 to 7. But I also don't know if I'm gonna make it to 7 because my head hurts. Let's just clear that out a little bit and just take a look at what... Is he like too jagged and creepy? Is it too much? Oh my god, Claude, thank you! Thank you. We're trying to make a little tree monster for the art contest. Thank you for stopping in. I'm afraid he might be a little too creepy. Okay. Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Can y'all hear me and the music? are things hearable? I would like to know. Are we good? Are we fixed? No! I wouldn't talk smack about Don Bros, though. I love Don Bros. I just talk smack about the Inu Brothers CGI because it's bad. But can you hear me continue to talk smack about the Inu Brothers CGI? Or can you hear me? Can you hear Climax Jump?